Welcome back to Bill's Bets and Beers. I'm the host, Chad. Sad day today for the Bills, but I'm going to get to that tomorrow for my video. So I have some time to think about what happened today and just come up with some good talking points that won't make the video too sad. It'll still be depressing, but hopefully not too sad. This is a channel where I mostly talk about Bills football, the NFL in general. Also, go walk through some parlays that I'm going to be doing. I do Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night football parlays, as long as some just normal Sunday football parlays as well. And then on top of that, I do an occasional beer tasting and rating. It's usually a local IPA from the area or something I found that's interesting in a store that I haven't tried before. I have one today that I'll be trying, but it's going to be pretty low on the Richter scale at this point. But let's get into this. This is going to be my Monday Night Football parlay. Lamar rushes to win? I don't know. I think without their running backs, they obviously haven't put in I don't know. They haven't put in the full roster reports because they're playing Monday night. But let's get into that. Let's go first into the injury report. I'll go break it down between Ravens and the Saints. For the Ravens, Mark Andrews did not practice on Saturday. He did not practice on Friday. Did not practice on Thursday. He is doubtful with a knee/shoulder injury. Maybe they're saving him, but I think he's just not going to play. If he plays, he plays. I mean, that can happen, but usually without even a limited practice, they're not going to play at this point. Same thing for Gus Edwards. He did not participate in practice Thursday, Friday, Saturday as well, and it's a hamstring injury. So maybe they're trying to rest him, but if he doesn't, Lamar Jackson could rush over 100 yards, or maybe Kenyon Drake comes in and rushes pretty well. But also on that Mark Andrews front, I think if he's out, that tight end Isaiah Likely, he's gonna ball out today. So at least get enough points, because on the Saints, I got two more things I had to get on the Ravens. Rashad Bateman, he's out for the rest of the season with a foot injury. He's getting that foot surgery done. And Marcus Peters, he did not practice on Friday, but he had a full practice Saturday. And they said he's questionable. I think he's going to play if he had a full practice Saturday. So there should be no issues on that. But if Marcus Peters is out, definitely something to go in favor for the Saints. On the Saints side, Mark Ingram, he is Saturday he did not practice and he did not participate in practice, so he's out with a knee injury. Marshawn Lattimore also did not participate in practice on Saturday. He's also out for an abdomen injury. And Jarvis Landry, all week he was limited practice for an ankle, and he's questionable. I'm guessing if it's ankle, I haven't really looked into it too much, but it's usually probably a high ankle sprain or maybe a low ankle, some sort of ankle sprain where he can at least get limited practice in, but he's not doing full just because it would probably hurt his ankle too much. So I'm guessing he might have limited snaps in the game if he plays at all. But let's get further into this video. I have two Monday Night Football parlays I put in, one through DraftKings and one through FanDuel. The one in DraftKings is a 6-leg parlay. The first, I have two anytime touchdowns on there. It's going to be actually 3, which is pretty wild. They usually don't put more than 2. It's Kenyon Drake, anytime touchdown. I think he's going to be getting in the end zone because they rush a lot for that team. And especially with having Gus Edwards out, I think he's going to be holding the ball, especially around the goal line. That's why I also think Lamar probably is going to get in the end zone as well, but he's definitely going to be sharing those rushing yards and stuff. Then I also have Alvin Kamara getting anytime touchdown. I think that's a little obvious. I think he's kind of the focal point of that offense at this point with having the Red Rocket back there. I mean, the Red Rifle back there. I don't know. I think Dalton's a great quarterback. I mean, he's had his years, but he's never was there good with pressure and stuff. And obviously, he's still there outperforming the other quarterback. But at this point, he's kind of just holding a foothold so they can maybe get a little bit healthier to do something more down the line. And then I also have Alvin Kamara over 49.5 reception yards. I looked at at least the stats of all the games, past 4 or 5 games. He's been hit and miss on the rushing yards, but he's been blowing up on the receiving yards. And I'm guessing with this Ravens defense, he's going to get a lot of dump offs and get a lot of catches and probably get a lot of yak after those catches. So I'll take that 49.5 on reception yards as well for him. I also have an Isaiah Likely, I think he's a rookie or second-year tight end for the Ravens. I have him for an anytime touchdown as well. I just think without Mark Andrews, he's going to be one of the main targets because he has been getting a lot of targets the past game or so. So I mean, I think he's going to get his targets again this week, and get a touchdown like he did like last week. Next up, I have Devin Duvernay. He's a wide receiver for the Ravens. I have him getting over 49.5 receptions as well. And I have Lamar Jackson going over 69.5 rushing yards. Like I said, with one of their main running backs out, Gus Edwards, I see Lamar running more. They're going to have more designed runs for him, and everything from that point on. So overall odds for that 6-leg parlay, it puts it at plus 900. And it's going to be $2 I put down on it, can turn into $182. So if I win it, I win it. If I lose it, I lose it. I mean, I think this should be actually plus 9,000 because 900 would not be great. So yeah, plus 9,000 on that. Next one up is my parlay through FanDuel. I did more of a safety parlay through this. It's a 4-leg parlay. It still boosted the odds by me having 2 anytime touchdowns on there. So if you're ever trying to boost odds on these, if you think you know who's going to score, definitely go that route. Because if you put 2 or 3 people scoring touchdowns, even say you put 4 or 5 touchdowns spread throughout the whole Sunday of games, if you hit all those, you're gonna have high odds on that. Because the chances of all 5 of those people getting touchdowns most likely won't happen. But spreading it throughout the whole slew of games, you can easily hit all 5 of them. And you just have to know each team and who usually scores and stuff like that. But then the unheard of happens, like Mixon getting 5 touchdowns when he hasn't really scored the past couple weeks. So that was great. That screwed one of my parlays. But let's get into this parlay. I have Lamar Jackson getting an anytime touchdown. I also have Alvin Kamara. He's going to be getting an anytime touchdown as well in this one. I think those are just the 2 obvious ones for this game. Then I have under 47.5 total game points. I think this is going to be more defensive, even without Lattimore in there. I think Ravens are going to win it still. That's why I chose the Ravens to cover the -1.5 spread. That's not a high spread. They usually do that when parlays come in like that, like when the spreads are like -1.5 or under 3 points. It's pretty much a pick 'em. So it's basically like you pick a team, you pick a team for them to win. No one usually loses by less than a point or less than 2 points because everything's scored by 7 and 3. It's possible. There's a lot of chances for that to happen, but not too likely. This is with only having 4-leg parlay, it makes the odds a little lower. It's going to be plus 24.87, and it's going to be $2 equals $50. I mean, that's still every dollar is $25. So if you put $5 down on a 4-leg parlay like this, which is very feasible, you can end up with pretty good money. $4 could be $100. $5 could be $125. Actually, be $130 because they add your bet on your money you put down and bet on it too as well. So definitely look into doing smaller parlays if you don't think you can handle those bigger ones. And if you have a little more cash, you can put $10 on a 3-leg parlay. That can easily hit on these weekends. So then you can make like 50, $60 off it, and then just have more money to kind of put down on other things. And you could actually make good money on these sports betting sites if you know what you're doing. I just go for the high rate ones because I'm only putting $1, $2 down. I'm not putting a $20 bet down on anything at this point. Unless I get a free bet. That's pretty much it. Not a huge fan. But I bought it, so I gotta drink it. But yeah, I think some interesting facts for this game. Just the fact that Marshall Lattimore is out of this game will, even without Rashad Bateman on the other side, will the wide receivers show up a little bit more? I mean, who on the Saints are going to take the spot of Lattimore? I mean, it's definitely going to open it up for Likely out there, and hopefully for some of the other Baltimore wide receivers. I mean, I still think with how this game's going to go with Lamar, it's going to be running a lot, just based off of previous games and how he usually plays. He's been hitting a lot of rushing yards as of late, especially without having Gus Edwards, which is the big point of their offense back in there. It's just going to be pretty stressful. I mean, in that backfield, I think he's going to get flushed out a couple times and also have a lot of design runs. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for the game. Let's get into this tasting and rating of a tasty brew. I have Rogue Colossal Claude. This is definitely, it says dedicated to fishing stories. I mean, the can had a cool logo. It's a Imperial India Pale Ale. It's an 8.2%. I thought it'd be very good. Honestly, this taste is horrible. I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't have that. It's not even bitter. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't have a great taste to it. Yeah. Let's just give you the color test real quick. Foamed up real nice on that one. But the color, definitely a bolder yellow to it. Definitely a nice thick bold yellow. I mean, nothing really special. So taste, I don't know. I'm gonna give it like a 4.5. It's just not that great, at least to me. It just doesn't doesn't fit my palate at this point. I've had 4 or so beers today, just because I get watching football and stuff, and this is not even get close to par for what I was drinking. I was drinking a lot of Booty Rangers, but not even hitting close to what the mark I'd like to hit. So, color, it's average. I'll give it like a 6. I mean, it's a pretty nice dark color to it, so you're not gonna like say it's bad, but it's not really super like, I don't know, intriguing either. So can't really get too fancy with beer colors. So would be interesting though, have like a blue or like a greenish looking beer. I know they do that for like St. Patrick's Day, but like an actual like IPA that they sell all the time, that'd be interesting. Drinkability, I'm gonna give it like a 3. I just don't like the taste of it for me. Bingeability, like a 2. I just, like I said, maybe after a couple, it's 8.2%. You're not binging these anyways at that percentage, and with that taste, you're not either. Like probably 2.5. And design, that's where they get its high marks, because look at, I mean, it's pretty badass. Fishing stories, little lighthouse in the back. Rogue, I mean, even tells you right here. Tropical citrus, piney. Maybe that's a pine that I don't like out of it. But they're based out of. Where are they based out of? Huh. It says pair it with Squeaky cheese, baked salmon, or saltwater taffy. Very interesting. I forgot to say where it was based off. I think it was like Portland or something like that. Or either way, it's not that great of a beer. I mean, for me, anyways. It's still, like I said, at 8.2%. You're still gonna get a nice kick out of it. The more you drink of it, it gets a little better. But honestly, it just didn't hit right for me the first half of the can. And right now, it's just like going down smoother, but it's like just not what you're looking for in a beer. Honestly, I think it might be the pine of it. But yeah, I'll get into my previews. I'll be doing a video tomorrow, unfortunately, about the Bills versus Jets post-game reaction. It's not going to be very uplifting. I'll give you that. There was a lot of bad. I'm not sure if I can find a very... I'm going to search for a positive out of the game. Because, I think the only positive I can find right now is what James Cook did with the limited touches he got. And Singletary didn't do bad either. But besides that, defense let them run all over the place, and Hill didn't have a great game. But I have a full video on that, which should be fun. And I have a Thursday night parlay coming up as usual. I'll be doing that video, dropping it probably Wednesday morning-ish or Tuesday night. It's hard because for a lot of these games, for making parlays, these betting apps and sites, they only usually put up more bets the closer to the game. So it'd be best to put something in on like a Wednesday night. So I might do that. Like I might do the video like Wednesday night and drop it maybe Thursday morning. But I'm also trying to get people's attention, so if they actually want to follow my things, they can put them in before it's too late. I don't want them not seeing it, not being put it in. So latest I'll probably do is a Wednesday night or like a Wednesday afternoonish drop. So also I'll be doing a Bills vs Vikings preview, prediction, and parlay. So unfortunately, fortunately I got some money back, but I sold my Vikings tickets. When I do go to the Browns game, the home Bills game, I'll be doing a couple videos, and I'll probably splice them into mine, so you can get a couple live reactions and stuff from the game and shit like that. So it should be pretty fun. But I'll be putting in preview video for that Vikings game, and also doing like all the other parlays I usually do. So I'll be dropping usually something every day, almost up to this point. For sponsors, and if you've been used to this video, you're going to hear the same 3 sponsors pretty much every time. But stick around if you want to see if there's anything new. I have Crochet with Elisha. It's Crochet with Elisha. That's my wife. She does a lot of crochet projects. She does cool hats, gloves, pretty much everything you could think of. She has like cardigans, tops, bottoms for like bikinis, shirts in general. She does blankets. She does, especially for kids, like I said, she does a lot of hats and gloves, cardigans for them as well with nice buttons and a hood. Our kids usually wear them all the time during the winter, like when it's not too cold for like super warm like winter jackets. And even like in the spring, like a nice little like cardigan for them. They love them because it keeps them nice and warm. Even the gloves, she's had some nice cool dragon scale ones in the past. Just look up dragon scale gloves. She can make those. They're really cool. If you're interested, just send her a DM in her Instagram. That's where you can find her, and just shoot her DM at say, hey, I'd like to get some dragon scale gloves, or I'd like to get a little hat or a cardigan, this color, blah blah blah. You can even shoot her like if you find something online like a pattern idea, and if she has to buy the pattern, she'll just put it into the cost for the item, and even with some shipping if it's out of state and stuff like that. So just give her a shout, give her a quick DM, and I'm sure she'll get back to you shortly. She's on her phone all the time, but she's at home most of the day, and I'm sure she'll see something like that come through. Also, my buddy Evan over at Mr. Nasty Time. It's Mr. Mr. underscore Nasty Tyyyme. I'll be putting the link in the description. He's been doing a lot of videos on Modern Warfare 2 lately, but he's always putting up videos on different video games, doing some some 2K, some NFL stuff, like just doing some NFL stuff. Like he does like weekly power rankings 1 through 32, the whole shebang. Usually ends up being about a 59-minute video. It's definitely very interesting. He has a lot of knowledge on all that stuff. He also puts up some videos on MMA as well occasionally, because he's won pretty hefty on one of the parlays he put in through. He got correct on 7 fights, which is crazy. I mean, I couldn't even bet on 1 fight, and I lost. So, but I was also going for high odds, so it doesn't matter. But I mean, definitely kept it interesting for me just watching the fights. So, if you're ever interested in those type of things, you can shoot over his channel. You should have something up. And also, the last one, New Belgium Voodoo Ranger. That is my future sponsor, hopefully. If I actually get them hooked, that'd be great, because I can get the newer like cans they're putting out, or like the newer style ones they got going. That'd be perfect. Holy shit, they just got a pick off Mahomes. Okay, sorry, I just watching the game a little bit. But yeah, that's gonna be wrapping up my video here. Like I said, if you like this content or if you enjoy it, definitely give it a like and subscribe. If you hate it, give it a comment. Tell me what you think I'm doing wrong or what you don't like about it. But that's going to be it, and go Bills, and have a nice evening.